Okay, let's be real for a second. Think about the last time you were in an elevator. Just you, the sliding doors, and maybe 15 seconds of travel. What did you do? I'm willing to bet my morning coffee that before the doors even fully closed, your hand was already in your pocket. You didn't even think about it. It's what I call the digital twitch. It's that involuntary muscle memory where we reach for our phones the moment reality hits a micro lull. We're at a red light, phone. Waiting for the microwave to beep, phone. A friend goes to the bathroom at dinner, boom, phone. It's wild, right? It's like we've developed a biological allergy to the gap. Your thumb is hovering over the glass before you even realize you're bored. It's an itch that demands to be scratched, a tiny high-frequency panic that says, quick, look at something, anything, before the silence notices you. And here's the kicker. You weren't actually looking for anything. You didn't have a specific email to send or a breaking news story to catch. You were just filling a vacuum. We've entered this era of haptic ghosting, where we feel for notifications that don't exist just to interrupt the silence. But why? Why has a 15-second void become so terrifying in 2026? It's not that we're bored because the world is empty. It's that we're running away from the person we become when the screen goes black. We aren't moving toward content. We are fleeing the silence. And honestly, once I realized this was happening to me, I couldn't unsee it. It's like discovering you've been holding your breath for 3 years without noticing. But don't worry, because 350 years ago, a guy sitting in a drafty room in France saw this whole thing coming. And his diagnosis? It's way more brutal than you think. Enter Blaise Pascal. This guy was a 17th century math prodigy and philosopher who basically predicted the iPhone before electricity was even a thing. He dropped this absolute truth bomb in his book Pensées. All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. I mean, ouch, right? Pascal had this concept called divertissement or diversion. He looked at the kings of his time and realized something fascinating. You'd think a king with all the power and wealth in the world would be the happiest person alive. But Pascal argued that if you stripped away the hunting trips, the gambling, and the constant stream of court gossip, the king would be miserable. Why? Because without the noise, he'd have to think about the fact that he's just a fragile, mortal human who's eventually going to die. So, the king hires jesters. He goes on elaborate hunts for animals he doesn't even want to eat. He isn't hunting for the distraction of the hunt. Now look at your phone, that TikTok feed? That's your 21st century jester. Every For You page is a hunt designed to keep the king, that's you, from noticing the silence of the room. We think we're the ones using the tech, but Pascal would say the tech is just a mechanism to ensure there's never a 0.5-second gap where our own thoughts can catch up to us. The jester doesn't just entertain, he makes sure you never look at the wall. The infinite scroll isn't a feature, it's a shield. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry optimized to make sure you never have to face the infinite abyss inside yourself. It's effective, and it's kind of terrifying. But wait, it gets even darker when we realize what happens when the jester stops being funny. If Pascal was the one who diagnosed the distraction, Arthur Schopenhauer was the guy who explained the pain behind it. Schopenhauer was, well, let's just say he wasn't the life of the party. He's the grumpiest guy in the history of philosophy. He described life as a pendulum swinging back and forth between two states, pain and boredom. We work and struggle to escape the pain of wanting things like money or status. But the moment we get them and find comfort, we land right in the nausea of boredom. For Schopenhauer, boredom wasn't just nothing to do, it was a direct encounter with the weight of being. It's that heavy, uncomfortable feeling that life is just happening, and you're stuck inside it. In 2026, the attention economy has basically decided that Schopenhauer's pendulum is a market failure. Tech companies have optimized their algorithms to kill boredom before it even starts. We have sludge stream dependency now, you know, those videos where there's a game of Minecraft playing underneath a clip of a movie. It's literally designed to drown out even a single stream of thought with multiple layers of noise. It's like your brain is being fed pre-chewed content so it doesn't have to use its own teeth. We've amputated the part of our soul that knows how to be bored. And when you lose the ability to be bored, you lose the ability to reflect. You become a reactive stimuli response machine. Like those NPC TikTok streamers, we're voluntarily turning off our consciousness just to avoid the nausea. I'll be honest, when I first connected Schopenhauer's pendulum to my own scrolling habits, I had to put my phone in a drawer for an hour. It's that uncomfortable. We're trading our internal lives for a constant stream of digital junk because we've forgotten that boredom is actually where the real you lives. Okay, so how do we fix this? How do we stop the phantom reach? There was this wild study at the University of Virginia in 2014. They put people in a room for 15 minutes with nothing but their thoughts and a button that would give them a painful electric shock. Guess what happened? A huge percentage of people chose to shock themselves rather than just sit there. We literally prefer physical pain over the void. That is the level of resistance we're dealing with. So we need to build our solitude muscle back up. And we do that through something I call analog friction. Instead of making everything as seamless as possible, we need to make it harder. Start with the 5-minute ceiling stare. Every morning before you touch your phone, sit on the edge of your bed and just look at the ceiling for 5 minutes. You will feel the itch. Your hand will move toward the nightstand like a magnet. Don't scratch it. Just feel the itch. Then try the silent commute. No podcasts, no music, no audiobooks. Just the sound of the road. Let your thoughts buffer like a slow video. When you're in line at the grocery store, don't reach for the gesture. Write down one physical sensation in a real physical notebook. The weight of my keys. The smell of coffee. Try the stoplight stare. Instead of checking notifications when the light is red, just look at the bumper of the car in front of you. Notice the dust. Re-engage with the physical world that actually exists. These aren't just life hacks, they are spiritual defense mechanisms. They reclaim the in-between spaces of your life that the attention economy is trying to colonize. We need to remember that the 5 seconds it takes for the coffee machine to dispense isn't wasted time, it's sacred ground for your internal dialogue. It's the friction that keeps you human. Here's the big realization I want you to sit with. The void you're running from, it isn't actually an empty hole. It's a clearing. It's the only place where the noise of the world stops and your real voice finally has enough room to speak. When you reach for your phone in that elevator, you aren't connecting to the world, you're disconnecting from yourself. You're choosing a digital hallucination over your own soul. We've replaced our internal monologue with an external algorithmic feed. We aren't just consumers, we're hosts for the noise. Next time you feel that elevator itch, I want you to try something radical. Wait, sit with the discomfort. Notice the texture of the wall, the sound of the cables, the feeling of your own breath. The itch is going to be there, but the itch is just proof that you're still in there. You aren't sitting in a room is only empty if you refuse to inhabit it. Don't let 2026 kill your silence. Silence is where the truth lives. Silence is where you find out who you actually are when no one is watching and nothing is scrolling. So for the next 15 seconds, I'm not going to say a word. No music, no tips, no outro, just you in the silence. See if you can handle it. I bet you can.